Southampton get another vital win. As for Aston Villa, they hover one place above the relegation zone as they get 0 points away from home once again on the road. Full time, Southampton 2, Aston Villa 0. Dean Smith will have some thinking to do in terms of his Premier League form. Hello, welcome to my journey to the media world. Today I'll be reacting to Aston Villa's 2-0 loss against Southampton away from home. What does this mean in terms of relegation for Aston Villa? What does this mean in terms of Jack Grealish and overall their Premier League form? I'll bring you that all next. Before we do get into the video, if you could leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're brand new, turn on your post notifications, trying to bring out as much content at the moment, bringing you Aston Villa content, Wolverhampton Wanderers content and football content in general. So hit the subscribe button, pause the video right now, do it right now. But yeah, let's dissect Aston Villa's 2-0 loss away from home. Once again, their away form has been dreadful v Southampton. Well, ahead of the game, it was Tyrone Mings that replaced Bjorn Engels in the starting lineup. That once again, he come back after missing the Tottenham game due to tonsillitis. You'd think he would bring us back that leadership in the back of the defence. Also, Marvelous Nakamba replaced Danny Drinkwater, who looked very off the pace against Tottenham Hotspur. They travelled to Southampton with a poor away record, but on the other hand, Southampton did have the worst home record. Did that play in Villa's favour? No, it didn't, as you'll soon find out. Southampton did very well at trying to press in between the lines. They had majority of the ball for the first half, and that pressure showed on the back foot. Had some very good chances, Southampton, and Villa had very big let-off, should we say, in the first half. But it was Shane Long that opened the scoring. Under pressure for so long for that opening first 10 minutes, corner after corner, and it was just coming. Shane Long with the goal. Ezri Konsa couldn't get to it quick enough. Lovely goal on the turn. And Villa found themselves 1-0 down inside 8 minutes. Once again, their away form letting them down on the road. Villa fans very much frustrated. And was it a wake-up call for Aston Villa? You maybe thought, maybe going 1-0 down, it would have been a wake-up call. But not really, it wasn't. Didn't play in Villa's favour at all. Gineppo of Southampton was causing us all sorts of problems down that right-hand side. Danny Ings had a chance shortly after they scored in the first half. Tried to get in between the lines and just couldn't get the better of Mings. Great save by Pepe Renia. Pepe Renia, I have to say, made some very important saves. Did a very good shot stopper. Shame that defence often lets him get down and leak the amount of goals they do. That is now their 52nd goal conceded for Aston Villa in the Premier League. Not looking good for a team that wants to stay up in the Premier League. Very much looking like relegation material. And yeah, like I say, the first half, Villa didn't even register a shot on target. It was that woeful from Aston Villa. Having said that, Sammata did score. Lovely build-up play by Jack Grealish, and I think it was Anwar El Ghazi, and it fell to Sammata. Lovely through ball, and he was denied by the offside goal. It's a shame Villa couldn't do more of that really, because it was a bit of lovely play. There was lengthy added time though in the first half. Anwar El Ghazi came off due to an injury. Bit of debate whether Anwar El Ghazi should have been on the pitch or not. He injured his eye by the looks of things, and Jack Grealish, Tyrone Mings telling him to get up because they wanted to take their corner. However, play did have to stop to treat Anwar El Ghazi. Eventually, didn't really have the best of games, weren't up to speed, didn't really do much. Yeah, Villa went into the break 1-0 down. Smith had to get into those players' heads, and Villa had to book up their ideas because Southampton were totally up for this on the South Coast. Villa fans on Twitter felt we could get something. I felt we could get a draw out of it. Well, we had to get a draw. We just couldn't go to Southampton and lose, and we did that today. But like I say, Villa came out the second half and there was no change really. The only change that Villa made was, well, the only change in the first half was the substitutions. Dean Smith surprisingly brought on Conor Hourihane within 60 minutes of the game. In recent weeks, we've seen Dean Smith being reluctant to bring on the Irishman. However, he did look to the bench and brought on Conor Hourihane. He brought on Conor Hourihane for Ezri Konsa. Bit of a change of system. Ezri Konsa came off, it went back to a back four, and Conor Hourihane. Jack Grealish looked to be playing a little bit deeper. As for Jack Grealish today, he had a few chances, but he was just a little bit, not selfish player, because he deserves to have as much of the ball as possible, but there was a few times where Conor Horan was sitting on the box, he could have passed it and he just took the shots on, and you could understand that for a player of his calibre, why he was doing that. But maybe those are the chances that you look at in terms of the game. As for Southampton in the second half, they had a few chances. Villa were very let off. It's not fair, and you have to say as well that in the first half, Southampton had a number of chances that they should have put to bed, a bit like Villa did at Villa Park against Tottenham last time out. Yes, Villa were let off to be 1-0 down inside 60 minutes. Dean Smith looked to the bench as once again as Conor Horan, with the change of system, then they looked livelier, trying to get balls into the box, but it just wasn't working for them today. That final ball wasn't there. Personally, I think they should have gone down the middle a lot more. Times they did go down the middle, putting balls through down the middle. Not very often today, but it did look lively when that did happen. So if they could have just done that a little bit more, in my opinion, then I feel like we could have got more out of the game. Dean Smith also brought on Borja Baston, recently new signing, but couldn't do very much. He came off a marvellous Nakamba, I believe. It was an uninspiring performance from Aston Villa. What does this mean in terms of Jack Grealish? Well, Jack Grealish was trying so much to carry this team and try and get a result out, but he just couldn't go his way today. In terms of relegation and their relegation fight, I don't know. Yeah, Villa were pushing and pushing to try and get that late equaliser, and they had a corner at the very latter stages of the game. Pepe Renia came up from the goal on the back post, trying to get everything. Every man was up, but whipped the ball in, and always a worry when you bring up the keeper. Southampton clear it away and they go on the counter attack. Frederic Guilbert didn't have the pace to keep up with the Southampton player. Southampton scored a second goal in the 94th minute, open goal. Like I say, Guilbert trying to keep up with him. He was always going to win the race, the Southampton player, and he scored. It was 2-0 to Southampton in the 94th minute. No way back for Aston Villa, and Southampton probably deserved that. You look at the chances they had in the first half, the chances they had in the second half, some very important chances, they just didn't take them. So a 2-0 to Southampton, probably a fair result. Southampton probably deserved it, played very well, controlled the majority of the first half, like I say. As for Villa, and they just wasn't up for it. What do you blame for this, you ask me? Well, Dean Smith and his tactics. We played the strongest lineup we possibly could today, but with those tactics against a team that, yes, are doing very well in the league, they've picked up since the last time we played them at Villa Park, where they were on the up when we played them at Villa Park. And yeah, you just got to look at Villa's tactics in the Premier League. In terms of Dean Smith's reign here at Villa Park, well, at Aston Villa, should I say, he won't be under threat because we've got to Wembley in a cup final, and he was saying something about having more points than Arsenal in his press conference a couple of weeks ago. So we're in a cup final, but if we turn up and play like we did today against Manchester City at Wembley, then we could have another 6-1 thrashing on our hands. It just goes to show how hard it is to get consistent performances in the Premier League. Is this signs of a side that are going down? I don't know, it's so tight down there. The only positive is that results have gone our way, although majority of the bottom three didn't play today. Bournemouth played today, they lost 3-0 to Brighton. I think Norwich play Wolves tomorrow. Liverpool play West Ham on Monday, so we'll be hoping that Wolves and Liverpool can do us a favour, and Watford play Man United. So if they all lose tomorrow, then it's very much the same. Villa sits 17th in the league. But yeah, like I say, next up Manchester City. Dean Smith will turn his attention to the Carabao Cup final. And then, yeah, uninspiring performance. Relegation battle is really on our hands. True relegation style. Could it go to the latter stages of the season? Who knows? Let us know what your thoughts are of the game, Villa fans. Did you travel to Southampton? You saw it firsthand. Is it the system? Is it the formation? Let us know. Until next time, goodbye. Up the Villa. Hit the subscribe button and follow my journey to the media world. Click the video choices on screen to see more of my work.